The body may heal, but the mind is not always so resilient.
Hello everyone, it's Leon here from Games Radar, and I'm joined by Phil from Official PlayStation Magazine.
Hey everyone.
And I've brought him along because he is a Deus Ex madman, and we have got Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which is the latest game in the series that has been leaked essentially by a Russian website. Now this follows on from the previous game, and in a Deus Ex tradition has basically decided the ending of the previous game, because it has decided that the ending of Deus Ex, where you make all the people with all augmentations go mad, that is the canon ending. You played it loads, so just quickly just recap what happens at the end.
So you've got a couple of choices at the end. You defeat the boss, you go into a room. It's sort of similar to the Mass Effect, different coloured endings. One of those endings, you can, as you say, you can choose to make everybody with augments go mad rather than to sort of further that that human evolution, you might say.
Yep.
And now this is the canon ending. This is the basis for...
You could broadcast a confession, couldn't you? You could broadcast something else. You could sync everyone. You could kill yourself and no one would ever know, which is the ending I went for.
I actually did that as well.
Yeah. So there's a new game out. It follows basically the bad ending, and Jensen is now working for essentially a kind of a transhumanist police, because augmentations are seen as bad, so they're sort of working to hunt down rogue augments. He's got some new equipment to sort of help out. The key weapon that they've been showing off, we don't know how it functions yet, but it's like his arm opens up into like a big taser, and you see him sort of stunning a whole room of people, and his hand kind of folds back into position. But new stuff includes the ability to remote hack electronic objects from a distance. You can fire off the nano blades that came out of his wrists. He's got a new nano shield that can sort of surround himself and protect himself with, and obviously the stun gun thing. They've made a big thing about it being playing more on the open world stuff, and I'm hoping that because it's the second game in the series and maybe the tech and the art and stuff is in place, we'll get more breadth to the options. The first game, I think you basically had a couple of hubs, didn't you? And then
that was right, yeah.
That was it, sort of thing.
And it was kind of front-loaded as well, so the bigger area of exploration tended to be in the first half of the game. As the narrative gathered momentum, it sort of felt like they ran out of time to match that level of environmental variation and multi-path routing through levels, and it was quite linear towards the end. So hopefully there'll be a few more of the bigger hubs and sort of several big open worlds that you travel between in across the world in Deus Ex tradition.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see how that works out. Like say, hopefully it'll build on what they did, because they rebooted it quite successfully, didn't they? Everyone was very suspicious, and the game went down really well.
Absolutely, and part of that as well was that it actually looked a bit like the old game. It was graphically not that advanced in quite a charming way. So it'll be interesting to see if there is a new engine in place for this one, what effect that has, whether they go for a retro look again or whether it's going to look genuinely current gen.
Yeah, I mean the timing would suggest they've been working on this since the release of the last game. Then they've started on essentially now gen, but it would have been next gen when they started. You would hope so. Yeah. Okay, and there's no release date for that yet, but it is targeting PS4, Xbox One, and PC. If you've got any questions, leave a comment, and we shall speak to you guys later.
That was a pretty sweet video, right? If you want to see more, go to Games Radar's YouTube page over here. Or if you want to read, maybe up your game a little bit, go to GamesRadar.com.